Bobby T from Dream and Colors Media. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. So last week I was asked to give a speech on career advancement, so I decided to bring that concept and create a video for you guys, because at the end of the day, like that, I feel that information is going to be useful for a lot of people who are trying to advance and thrive in their careers. Okay, so with that, I'm just going to get right to it. All right. One of the very first things that I did when I was asked to give that speech was survey a group of people who are at the height of their careers or at the height of their entrepreneurship journey. Because at the end of the day, what I would like to do is, in addition to sharing my own personal experience, I would also like to bring to you some of the key elements that work for other people so that you can tailor it and apply it to achieve whatever it is that you need to achieve, right? My survey question is pretty easy, which was, what is the one thing you wish you had known earlier on in your career or earlier on in your entrepreneurship journey that could have allowed you to make a better and more informed decision in order to get where you are right now? So the reason I drafted this question was because I wanted to get into their mindset, right? Because at the end of the day, the beginning of all things is thought, the mind, right? So ironically, but not surprisingly, once I got their responses, I noticed a pattern. But at the end of the day, I guess that's what happens when you deal with people who have the same mindset, right? Which is the mindset of a go-getter, the mindset of most want I will, the mindset of all things are possible, and that abundance mindset, right? So once I get their response, like I said, I noticed a pattern, and what I did was summarize that response and took about 4 points that I would like to share with you guys in addition to my own personal experience. The number one thing that everybody seemed to press on is the power of mentorship. I don't know how many of you guys have mentors, but I cannot emphasize enough on how important it is that we all have mentors. Why do we need mentors? Well, we need somebody to share their experience with us, because at the end of the day, every time we hit a roadblock, we don't want to be in a position where we just give up just because we don't know what the next right move is. The problem that feels unique for us is not unique to that other person. Why? Because they've been through it, they've gone over it, they've come out of it strong. And what we want is to learn from that person's experience so that we don't have to go through the same pain, the same experience, the same trauma that they went through, right? Mentorship, please get mentors. It's very, very, very important. We don't want to be in a position where we give up just because we hit roadblocks. There is somebody out there who knows, who've been through exactly what you went through and who've come out of it stronger and better. And we would like to learn from that. Number two, constantly upgrading your skill and knowledge, because a lot of times what happens is, people get into a certain career, they get comfortable and everything, they know they can do their job with their eyes closed, but then again they wonder why they're not being promoted. Well, that's because you're not upgrading your skill and knowledge, which means you're not adding value to what you already have, right? Even though there is a traditional way of upgrading your skills and knowledge, which means, if you have a high school diploma, just go get a degree. If you have a degree, you can work on your master's and master's to PhD, whatever. That's a traditional way of doing things. But at this point of time, this day and age, there is just a lot of ways that you can add to your skills and you can add to your knowledge and talent. You can always go to different conferences, you can attend workshops, you can take online courses. There are a lot of endless free materials that you can utilize in order to upgrade your skills. 3, and I hate to tell you this, but just because a certain something is working out for somebody, it doesn't necessarily mean it's for you. Say for instance, you saw a lawyer on TV, he's very sharp, well-dressed, very well articulated, he's just really good at what he does. He is there are different articles that are being written on him, like he's always being covered on the news, blah blah blah. So, and then you're like, okay, you know what, I want to be a lawyer too. Why? Does it go with your skill set? Does it go with your passion? Do you want to be a lawyer just because you watch so and so speaking on TV? Is this something that you're going to thrive on? Does it even go with the kind of person that you are? So you have to just lean back and really assess whether or not a certain career or a certain entrepreneurship journey is for you. Again, because it worked for somebody else, it doesn't mean it's for you. That person might have all the passion in the world that allowed them to thrive and succeed and be where they are. Are you going to have the same passion? Does it go with your personality? Do you have the same skill set? Do you have the same drive? Is this something that you see thriving and succeeding on? There are a couple of things that you need to just sit down and answer to yourself before you take that next step, which is pursuing whatever it is that you need to pursue. All right? So don't forget, just because somebody is successful on something, it doesn't mean you're going to be successful at it as well. Just lean back and analyze. For consistency and trusting the process, you guys, I cannot stress enough on how important these 2 points are. All right, consistency. You have to be very consistent in your actions. You always have to grind. You always have to do something that adds value to where you need to go. You can't afford to just wait until you're in the mood, or wait until you get a call, or next weekend, or wait until you take your 5 minutes nap, whatever it is that you tell yourself. I don't know. But the difference between successful people and regular people is that successful people are constantly moving, constantly adding value to where they are trying to go. Most importantly, they're very consistent in their actions. They're not there to play, they're there to slay. All right? So be consistent and trust the process. There are things that you can control: your work habits, your timing, your commitment, your consistency, and the little decisions that you make decisions that you make in order to put yourself at a better pace. But then there are a few things that you cannot control. So with that, you just have to trust the process. Things will work out one way or another. All you have to do is focus on the things that you can control, which is your habit, your work habit, your characteristics, your determination, your dedication, your commitment, your consistency. Those are the few things that you can, focus on and thrive and grind and do what you need to do morally and legally, and then just trust the process. Things are bound to happen one way or another, and you will reap the fruit of your labor. Just trust the process, but be very, 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 very consistent. All right, so those are the 4 things that I wanted to share with you guys. So what personally worked for me in addition to those was having the right mindset. Okay, so before I came to this country, I was working as an international film festival director, which allowed me to travel major across the globe. But then once I came to this country, I had no support. I did not know the system. I knew nothing about the country, so I had to start from scratch. But what I knew to be for sure is that I am going to do whatever it takes to achieve what I needed to achieve. So I worked as a waitress, I worked as a barista, I worked as a translator, I worked as a bartender, I held different jobs in different industries. But every single one of those jobs taught me one thing or another that later helped me to get to where I need to go in life, and to get where I need to go in my career and in my entrepreneurship journey. So in short, what I'm trying to tell you is, there are things that you learn from experience, but then there are things that you have to teach yourself. Experience should not have to teach you, which is your mindset. Have the abundance mindset. Just know that whatever it is that you're trying to achieve, if you want to, if you really, really want it, it will happen. If you have that notion, it will help you to build the right characteristics. It will help you to build the right morale. It will help you to build the right drive, because you will be unstoppable. All right, so with that, I'm going to leave you with good luck, you guys, and I hope those 4 points, in addition to my personal experience, will help you achieve what you need to achieve. Again, this is Rawiti from Dream and Colors Media. Bye! Oh, and then make sure to subscribe. Give it a thumbs up. Give this video a thumbs up, and you can also go back to my other videos and give it a thumbs up. But most importantly, subscribe and share. All right, bye, guys.